music videos? I guess because you were always kind of acting through song, through being on stage and stuff like that. How was the music video process?
Tiring.
Right.
Oh, they used to take so long. And you'd have to be there early for makeup, and makeup took forever.
Right.
You know, you'd be there for 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
And then you know, getting ready and doing all the shots and that Land of Make Believe. We did. What was it? Duran Duran went to blimmin' the Seychelles or somewhere marvellous, the Caribbean, to do Rio.
Oh, yeah.
And we went to Land of Make Believe. We went to White City swimming baths.
Same. Really?
Yeah. But that as well, you know, it took so long. And it's so tedious.
Yeah, I bet.
And it's wonderful when you see it, when it's all pieced together and you actually see the video and you think, oh, great. But making the videos was, it was awful. Just boring.
Right.
And I think, actually, there's me saying, oh, yeah, I'd love to be on EastEnders. I imagine... No, actually, EastEnders is different, I think, because it's on so much, they do takes... Like
it's quick,
this, don't they?
Yeah.
Whereas I think if you're doing a drama or if you're doing a film or something, sometimes a 15-second segment can take hours and hours to get it right. So that must be boring. But yeah, so it did used to be terribly boring, terribly tedious.
And it was just the boredom, not the fact that you were like, oh, I feel... Because some people feel uncomfortable doing music videos, don't they? They're a bit like, oh...
No, I wasn't. I enjoyed being on screen.
Oh,
I like being on telly. I do like it.
Oh, good. And so when you were...
It's vanity.
No, it's not. It's sharing the gift, Cheryl. You're sharing. You're being generous. So when you were approached to do presenting and stuff, you were like, yeah, brilliant.
It was exactly the same time as I went into Jill Shirley, who used to manage us, and said to her, I'd like to do some presenting. I'd like to do some children's telly.
Oh, brilliant.
And at exactly the same time, she had a letter from Tyne Tees Television because they were making a series called How Dare You, and they said that we'd really like to see Cheryl and give her an audition.
It's the serendipity.
Another audition that I did, yeah. It happened again, didn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And so how was that going in? Was it a case of writing your own scripts, or was it auto-cued, or like how?
No, there was no auto-cue then. You were given a script and you had to learn it.
Right.
But I did have to audition for it. I had to go up to Tyne Tees, and the producer, he was so lovely. His name's Crispin. I used to call him Crispy Noodle. Crispin Evans. And he said, right, we're going to do... I want you to look into the camera and talk to us for 3 minutes. And I went, what about? And he went, anything you like. And it's so hard.
Really?
Is there anyone watching... if you're watching this, honestly, just talk... Look into a camera, like a camera on your phone, and... talk for 3 minutes. It's really hard.
About anything?
Yeah.
Right.
And I went, I dried. I dried after about a minute and a half. I went, I've got nothing else to say. Of course, I did have something else to say, but my mind just went blank. Because and I was nervous. But anyway, I got the job.
Brilliant.
Don't know how. That was fun.
How dare you? So what was the premise of the show?
It was a children's slapstick show. So there was... I'll tell you who else was on it. Was oh God, I'm going to forget her name now. She's the singing coach. She used to have red hair.
Oh, what's her name?
Yeah, exactly, her.
I know what you mean.
And she's married to Grant.
Yes.
David Grant.
Yeah.
She's married to David Grant.
But whatever her name is.
What's her bloody name? Anyway,
her.
She did it as well. We alternated, so I did it 1 week, she did it the next.
Oh,
sort of
right.
thing. Yeah.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have a little break and learn your script in the interim as well, right?
Yeah.
So that's good. Cool. And so obviously then you were kind of established a little bit more. Did you have to audition for Record Breakers, or did they just give it to you?
They gave it to me.
Oh, fantastic.
When I did How Dare You, we had the coach crash at the same time as How Dare You. We were going to do the Christmas show the day after the coach crash, and on the night of the coach crash, all of the cast and crew of How Dare You came to the theatre because it was in Newcastle.
Oh, right.
And so, strangely, the coach crash gave me time because we couldn't work. It gave me time to do other stuff. And the first thing that I was offered while we were waiting for Mike to recuperate from the brain operation was a show called The 6 O'Clock Show, which was done in London Weekend Television, and it was Michael Aspel. And it was a Friday show, but they decided to do another one called the Saturday 6 O'Clock Show. So I did that with Michael Aspel and Gary Wilmot.
Oh, yeah.
So I did that, and then I was asked to do the Saturday Picture Show, which was a live Saturday morning children's programme. Then I was asked to do something else I can't remember. And then I got the phone call about Record Breakers.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So on Record Breakers, obviously there's always some kind of like, now the presenters are going to hang themselves off the Empire State Building or something ridiculous.
We did do some crazy things.
What was the most perilous thing you had to do? And did you ever refuse to do anything?
We were always asked to do crazy things, and I've done some crazy things. I've abseiled down very tall building. I did the world's longest rope slide. So did Roy. But the one that I refused to do, and I think probably the most dangerous, was wing walking. Oh. So there was a biplane, small biplane, and with a pole on the top, and it had 2 straps. One went round your legs or your feet, and one went round your head, neck. No, hang on a minute. There was something to lean your head against. So it must have gone around the top part of my body. Yeah, it went around your torso here, and one around your feet. And that was it. And it took off, and it was in Wiltshire, and Wiltshire is very sort of undulating, isn't it? So the thermals, this blimmin' plane was going like this. You know, I hate being in a plane, let alone on it.
Right.
Standing on it, I was up there for about 15 minutes, and it was you know, taking me all around. And I landed, and the producer came out and went, well, and I went, not on your life. I'm not doing it. It was the world's longest wing walk.
Right.
And so I refused to do it. Roy Castle said he would do it, and he was afraid of heights, terrified of heights.
Right.
Yeah. So he almost did it as a challenge to himself,
right.
You know. And he had to go over to France, and he said he was halfway over the English Channel when he thought, what am I doing?
Yeah, I bet.
What an idiot. You know, anything could happen to this plane, and I'm strapped on top of it. And I flew out to Paris to see when he landed, and he was dressed in this white leather suit with red stars on it. Completely the wrong kind of clothes to be wearing, because the leather, he was having to relax his legs because his legs were aching, and the leather was thwacking him on the back like this. So his knees were swollen and bright red.
No.
Yeah. And he had goggles on. He had all dead flies over his goggles.
Oh, bless him.
And he said if he'd have realised, he wouldn't have done it. But he broke the world record.
There you go. Oh,
but that's the one I refused to do.
I bet.
Yeah.
You were like 15. But actually, you did get up there, so that's good.
I've done some crazy things, and it's mainly because of Record Breakers.
Record Breakers.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
The one thing I hadn't done was jump out of a plane, and I thought, well, I want to do that one day. And then there was a show called Drop the Celebrity, and I did it. There was 10 celebrities. And I must tell you the first thing, when I arrived, some of the celebrities were already there, and Lady Victoria Harvey, whatever it was, she was there.
Yeah, right.
And I walked in and I went, hello, everybody. And she went, I'd like a tea, please. And I went,
She did.
I said, I'm so sorry, you've asked the wrong person. I said, I'm not working on that. I'm one of the celebrities, yeah. Anyway. Funny.
Oh, my word.
Funny. But I won that one.
Of course you did.
So this was, people had to vote for who they wanted to, you had to, you were asked questions and you had to be honest, and I don't know what. Anyway, I won that one. And so the prize was you can land with the plane. Everyone else had to be parachuted off.
Oh.
So I won £10,000 for my chosen charity, but I could land with the plane, but they would give me an extra 5,000 if I jumped. So I went, well, I've got to jump, haven't I?
Yeah.
So this particular time, I jumped and broke my ankle when I landed.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how long were you laid up for?
Well, actually, I mean, 6 weeks in plaster, but really, this was early part of the year, maybe March, and I did pantomime in those days. I did a pantomime that Christmas, and I used to wear boots similar to what you're wearing, but with a little kitten heel, you know, because I couldn't wear heels. No way could I wear heels, and by the end of the show, each night, my ankle was killing me. It was really aching. So even 9 months later, you know, it was still playing up. It took a long time.
Yeah.
When you break a bone, it takes a long time.
Terrible.
Yeah.
And especially when you did you have physio for it afterwards as well?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the perils of being a celeb.
Yeah. I was being stupid, thinking, oh yeah, I want to jump out of a plane. Yeah.
And what was Roy like? Because I know Darren worked with Roy. What did you do with him, Bubs?
I knew his son, who played sax, and we were in Nijo together, National Youth Jazz Orchestra, and then Roy asked us, because we had a little band, Roy asked us to go out on the road with him when he did, you know, his kind of, what would you call it, his cabaret act.
Yeah.
So when he played the out horn and his trumpet and tap dance and all that, so we got to go out and back him doing that as a band. It was great, yeah.
And he's a good man. He was lovely, wasn't he?
He was lovely.
Yeah. What was it like being backstage and in the dressing rooms and stuff with him? Were you guys always hanging out, or?
Yeah. I mean, when we were doing the record breakers in the summer, you would do all the OB stuff, all the outside broadcast stuff. You know, we would go abroad, and a lot of the time we'd go abroad because, especially America, because they want to be the biggest and best, don't they? Mm. And then we would be in the studio in November.
Right.
So at the BBC in White City when it was there, and so a lot of the OB stuff we did separately, but when we did it together, he was just fun. He was just really good fun, and very understanding, and always listening, and had time for you. Oh, good. He was wonderful.
Yeah.
And in the studio as well, you know, it was the when I was pregnant, he knew I was trying to get pregnant, and I did a test at the studio when we were recording Record Breakers, and it was positive. And they were going, Cheryl, come down on the, you know, you're late, come down. And I went down, I went, oh, and he was the first person I told.
Oh,
so no, I told Steve first, and then I rang Steve because he was on tour with Cliff Richard, and rang him and told him, and then I went down and told Roy. So and the last time I saw Roy, because of course he died of lung cancer. The last time I saw Roy was at the hospital where I had my children. Right. One of them was really poorly when she was born. She had to go into the special care baby unit, and Roy came, and he was suffering from the chemo and everything, and he had swollen face and he completely bald, and he was very weak, and he was there with Fiona, his lovely wife, and I opened the door on my room, and I went, Roy, how are you? And he said, never mind me, I'm not the important one here. How are those babies? And that was Roy all over. It was never about him, it was always about you. Oh. And so I talk about him a lot, actually, and I love that I talk about him because he's been gone. My girls are 31 now. Right. So that's how long he's been gone, because he died shortly after that. That was the last time I ever saw him. He died shortly after that. So he's been gone for 31 years. Wow. And yet, I still talk about him as if I saw him yesterday. Yeah. And I love that. I love that. I feel like he's still a part of me, you know? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. He was a big part of my life, a big part of it. You know, when you meet somebody, some people come and go and you never think about them again. But Roy wasn't one of those people. He was too lovely to... You know, you couldn't ignore him. Yeah. And how many series of Record Breakers did you do together? Together we did... I did 11 series, and I think 8 with Roy, maybe 7, before he died. Right. And then carried on with Chris Akabusi. OK. It's never the same. That's it, isn't it? It's never the same. Yeah. Yeah. And Roy was one of those unique talents. Like, it was like, how many things can one person do? I know. You know, it's mental, isn't it? Well, he held so many records. Right. And so diverse as well, you know, not just yes, he could play all these weird instruments like the alpine horn and things, you know, but he also, with his tap dancing, he was the fastest tap dancer, and the things that he did where he challenged himself,
Yeah.
like the wing walking, like when we did the rope slide from the top of Blackpool Tower. That was a world record, and we both broke it. And he was shaking. He was shaking, and he was so nervous, and he made himself do it.
Yeah.
And when they filmed it, he was going down on the rope, singing "Oh, I Do Like to Be Beside the Seaside."
Was he?
Yeah, and I think possibly that he did that to calm himself down.
Yes, yeah.
I went down, unafraid of being, you know, scared of heights. I went down going, you know, and he went down singing "Oh, I Do Like to Be Beside the Seaside." Yeah.
Gosh, what a lovely presence to be around.
Yeah,
Because
it
he's going
was.
to make himself feel uncomfortable to show other people you can do things if you put your mind to it.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, and the
exactly.
theme tune, dedication, is what you need.
Which he wrote.
Did he write that as well?
Yeah,
Stop
yeah.
it right now. The talent. Oh my gosh. And he came to see you in hospital when you had the girls and
Yeah.
everything. How did your perspective change after the twins were born, after they were born? Like for you being in the limelight?
Everything changed. Everything. My life changed drastically. I left Bucks Fizz because I had the children.
You left full stop and
Yeah.
and you were planning, because you said you were trying to get pregnant. So you were like, when I get pregnant, I'm leaving and that's it. Or
Yeah.
was it?
I
Okay.
was. I went down the IVF route because I just couldn't. It wouldn't happen naturally. I had all sorts going on inside, so that it wasn't going to happen. So IVF, I tried twice, and then the third time I was successful, and I left Bucks Fizz. It was December the 11th, which strangely is the same day as we had the coach crash.
Oh.
Yeah, strange, isn't it? 1993, I left Bucks Fizz, December the 11th. And I had the children on June the 20th. I was about 2 months pregnant, and we did a show, Bucks Fizz, the very last show that I did with them. They knew I was leaving.
Right.
Was GAY, which in those days was the Astoria.
Oh, yeah.
Tottenham Court Road. And it was a hollow stage. We went on stage late, and in those days you could smoke. So the room was thick with smoke, and the bass of we were tracks, it wasn't the band, the bass from the tracks was resonating through the stage, and you could feel it. And I thought, what am I doing to my unborn children?
Yeah.
What am I doing? And I was joyous when I thought, that's it, I'm done with Bucks Fizz, I'm finished with them. And I came out, and there were a load of fans there, and they went, oh, you must be so upset. And I was going, oh, yeah, I really am. But I was inside, I was like rejoicing.
Right.
And that's when I changed everything. You know, I had the children. If I was filming for a TV show, because I was full on TV presenter then.
Right.
I had to take the kids with me. You know, it was very, very rarely did I do stuff without the children being with me. And I had a day nanny. She used to come at 10 o'clock and leave at 6.
Right.
And if I was, you know, I remember the first thing I did for Record Breakers was abroad. It was in Germany. So I said, I'm breastfeeding, so I've got to take the kids. So I took the children, and the nanny came with me, you know, and then I took them to Spain with Steve, and, you know, everything I did, the kids came first.
Right.
Always. Always. So, so yeah, my life changed completely after I had the children.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess doing the TV stuff was probably much more accommodating than being a gigger, because it was like all of the incredibly late nights, like you were saying, and the smoking back then and all of that stuff. It's just not as healthy, is it?
No.
So that's it. So then, obviously, you rejoined. So what happened there?
Oh, well, the television presenting dried up. Funny enough, when I did This Is Your Life in 1997, it was November or December when we did that. And after that, the telly really was... at that time, I was on telly 6 days a week. It was ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
It was ridiculous. I was doing a daytime thing called... I was doing a Sunday morning live programme called The 11th Hour. I was doing Record Breakers. I was doing Record Breakers Gold, where we were showing old stuff,
Right.
Roy and I. And then I did 3 days at Pebble Mill at 1 with a show called The Really Useful Show. And it was live, and it was just informative stuff. It's like any telly that's on at, you know, 11 o'clock in the morning or whatever it was. So 6 days a week is overkill.
It's a lot,
Yeah, and everything seemed to dry up at the same time.
Right.
So then I became a guest on shows, and I wasn't earning enough money to pay my way, you know, with bills and mortgage. I've always had a mortgage, still got a mortgage now. I'm 71, I've got a mortgage. Anyway, so I needed to work, and there was a job offered to me, I think it was in the year 2000, and that was on Price Drop TV, which is like bid TV. It's one of the auction ones, you know. And that my slot was 10 p.m. till 1 a.m.
Wow.
every Monday. And I can't tell you how much I hated that.
I bet.
I can't tell you.
Yeah.
And you're selling your soul, you know. You've got. I mean, one thing that I really remember, it was 1:45. And they said, instead of saying, right, we're going to come off air early, don't worry about it, because these drops always took ages, they gave me 8 latte mugs, 4 pink and 4 lilac, and I had to sell 8, they called them latte mugs, they're just big mugs,
Right.
in pink and lilac, and I had 100 sets of them to sell.
Oh, wow.
Honestly, I thought, what am I doing? And they paid me £1,000, which was great. £1,000 for one night's work was fine. I was happy with that. Very happy with that. And then they said it was about 3 months later, and they said, actually, you haven't made any difference at all. We thought that there'd be loads of people watching because it was you, but you haven't made any difference whatsoever. Because people who watch those things are going to watch them, whoever's on. They don't care who's on. They don't watch them for the presenters. They watch them because they want to buy the stuff, you know. So, and I was kind of relieved because I'd had enough of that. Might have been longer than 3 months, but anyway. Yeah.
It's a funny thing, isn't it, having to bang on about this thing that's like, it's basically a cup. You can get it in lilac or in the pink.
Yeah, and you're trying to big it up.
Buy it.
Yeah, you really need these. You really. Oh, the price has dropped again. But the reason I'm telling you that is because that same year, 2000, I was writing for a magazine. I don't think it exists anymore. It's called Vivid, and it was a hair magazine. And I said, look, there's a tour going out, an 80s tour called Here and Now. There's never been one before. Do you want me to go and interview all the artists? So I went along to the studio where they were rehearsing, or possibly recording, I don't know. Anyway, there was Paul Young, and there was Kim Wilde, there was Belinda Carlisle, and I thought, hang on a minute, we're 80s.
Yeah.
So I rang Mike, I went, would you be interested? He went, yeah, I would. And in those days, I hadn't spoken to Jay for like 20-odd years.
Oh, wow.
So I spoke to Shelley Preston, who was Jay's replacement, and she said she'd do it as well. It didn't happen straight away, but it did happen in the year 2004. We did a Here and Now tour. Even Bobby did it.
Oh, right.
So so that was it. The first time that I got together and worked again as some form of Bucks Fizz was 2004, and haven't stopped since then.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's funny sometimes when your hand is forced, isn't it? It's like, oh, I've got to do this terrible bit up TV, and now actually let's go back to the thing, you know, that kind of got me here in the first place.
Yeah, well, I left singing because, you know, television was more attractive, and it also meant that it was like a day job, you know, go to the studio, do your work, come home, have the evening free, whereas obviously working with Fizz, you're working in the evening usually, so... but it was circumstance, you know, because the TV dried up.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a very ageist profession we're in. Not for men, but for women.
For women, oh, for sure. Yeah.
I think it's getting better, slightly better. But like Sarah Green, she's on a programme now with Roman Kemp. I did it the other day. It's called The Finish Line. She's a fantastic presenter, and I haven't seen hide nor hair of her forever. You know, she was massive in the 80s. And then you get to an age and they go, oh, no, let's get someone new, someone young. And it's silly because they're still capable, you know, they're still, just because they're older.
That's the thing.
In fact, older usually means that they've got more, you know, experience but anyway, so... and
a bit more to say.
Yeah.
And just history.
That's why I went back to singing. And I love it. And it doesn't make me nervous, you know, going on stage with Fizz.
Good.
I love going on stage with Fizz.
Yeah. It's like being at home, isn't it? It's
it's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Who wouldn't love it? You know, we run on stage and people are cheering for you and loving you and chanting and sometimes there's a chant of Cheryl, Cheryl.
Of course.
And I go, oh, but really, I love it.
For sure, absolutely. And the thing is, the song...
Boobs knows, don't you?
Boobs knows Darwin does know, yeah? Yeah. So singing, obviously you've released more albums with the Theas and all of that stuff. Do you ever think, oh, I've got to sing this one again? Or are you like, no, it's a blessing because without this one, we wouldn't be here?
Well, making your mind up, I've never liked it. It's not my kind. You know, I like Joni Mitchell. Can you imagine Joni Mitchell singing "Making Your Mind Up"? So no, but that's the song. That's the song that we sing, and I think without this song, where would I be? Yeah. So we have a love-hate relationship, me and "Making Your Mind Up."
I bet, yeah. Yeah. But you're still whipping the skirts off, though, aren't you? Yeah. Well, the thing is, you have to now, don't you?
It's expected. I mean, everyone gets their phones out to get that moment. Yeah. But blimey, 70. I mean, if you said to anyone, would you want to film a 71-year-old ripping her skirt off? You'd go, oh, that's disgusting. Don't even think it. And we do it.
Of course you do it. That's why you do legs at the gym.
But I think I'm not 71 when I'm on stage.
That's it.
I'm back in 1981 again.
Yeah, so. Of course. And all of that whirlwind, like you were saying, if Coco had won when you went up for Eurovision for the first time,
Bucks Fizz wouldn't have happened.
There's that. But also, I think, would you have been ready?
I wasn't ready.
Like you were saying, but when Bucks Fizz did win, were you like, oh, actually,
no, I'm ready for this.
I'm all right now.
Yeah. I'm ready for this.
And was it just mad? Were like people like, you've changed, Rita. You've changed.
No, because I've never changed. I mean, I still see all my old school friends, and I changed my name from Rita to Cheryl because that was Coco. They said you've got to change your name. So the first name I chose was Bonnie, and they didn't like that. Bonnie Silver. Bonnie Silver. That was my mum's maiden name, Silver. I think
really?
Silver's great.
Yeah.
I wish I'd use it. Anyway, they said, no, we don't like that. Silver's too stagey, and Bonnie, we don't like Bonnie. So eventually I became Cheryl Baker, and I don't think it was even me that chose Cheryl Baker. I think someone else did. Yeah. But I rang my mum and I went, Mum, I've got to change my name. And she went, oh, Ree, it's going to be really hard to call you something else. I went, no, you don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm still me. And my school friends went, oh, what are we going to call you? And I went, Rita, I'm still Rita.
Yes.
It's just professionally. And I've kept it like that. I'm not Elton John, I'm not Cliff Richard. That's why I've called I'm writing a book and I'm calling it Wearing Cheryl Baker, because I do wear her.
Yes.
You're talking to Rita. Mm-hmm. But going on stage with boobs over there is Cheryl Baker.
Yeah, absolutely. And how do you switch off from being Cheryl Baker? Because, some people are like Beyonce was like, oh, I'm Sasha Fierce on stage, and it's all that kind of thing. Do you have to kind of literally physically become Cheryl Baker? Because would Rita be nervous on stage, or would Rita be...
Rita, yeah. I was just going to swear then. I was going to say shits herself. I've got to stop myself, but then I just have.
We've had words.
No, Rita hates being in the public eye, hates it.
Right.
So I do wear Cheryl Baker.
Okay.
So Cheryl Baker's quite... she can go on stage and she can perform and she can go and meet people and talk, on a camera or on a stage, and she can be quite professional and it's a word I'm trying to find and I can't find it. But anyway, but Rita Stroud, my married name, it really isn't like that at all.
Right.
Not at all.
Do you have to prep to morph into Cheryl, or is it just, oh, this is what we're doing now? We're doing a TV, we're doing a live date or whatever it is, and it happens instantly?
Yeah, it happens, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching and listening. However you're consuming this podcast, please consider subscribing, liking and leaving us a 5-star review, as this helps us to reach a wider audience. Your support is very much appreciated. Now back to the show. I was going to say, how did you and Steve meet for the first
Right, we met in 75 because when I joined Coco, one of the friends of the group was a girl called Jenny, and her boyfriend was Steve Stroud, and she said, come and see Steve, he's a bass player, come and see him, he's playing at the Three Rabbits down the road. And I went, yeah, all right then. So I met him, and I met the other musicians that eventually, or some of them, became the Bucks Fizz band back in the 80s. Mm-hmm. So I met him in 75 when I was with Coco, and our paths crossed so many times, I can't tell you.
Right.
I used to do a lot of stuff on You're a Star, Superstar, whatever that was called. I need a new guitar, and I know that you'll go for You're a Star. New Faces.
Oh, right.
New Faces, it was called. And I used to do a lot of... I used to be backing singing for different people. And he was always there, Steve was always there in
Right.
different bands and things. And then I would go to a party and he'd be there, or, you know, and he did the Song for Europe. He did the Song for Europe when Bucks Fizz won.
Oh,
He
right.
came third in his band. And our paths just kept crossing. It was nuts. And then when we won Eurovision, and RCA, our record label, wanted us to record and go out on tour and everything, they wanted us to take with us a support act. It was Kate Robbins, who now is really well known as an actor.
Yeah.
But she was a singer in those days. She had a beautiful song called More Than In Love, and it went to number 2 in the charts. And she was on a programme called Crossroads as well at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And so she was our support act, and she had her own band. Steve was in her band. So now he's travelling with us, and, you know, they used to come on the coach with us, the tour
Yeah.
coach. And her band were better than our band, so the next tour, we sacked our band and we used...
Really?
So Steve's working with me now, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
So it was another case of, you know, it was meant to happen. But it wasn't meant to happen then, because we had too many wild oats to sow.
Right.
I had a lot of engagements to get through.
How many? You're like Elizabeth Taylor.
I think I might have had... It might be 3. I was engaged to Adrian. I was engaged to Martin. Did I have another one? At least there was 2 anyway. And Steve had, you know, he was shag man. Steve, he loved, you know, having a lovely time. And so we didn't actually get together until I was 35 and Steve was 37.
Oh, right.
So we'd done all that stuff.
Yeah.
And got married 2 years later. I got married when I was 37, he was 39.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And had the children when I was 40. So, yeah. So everything came late for us, which was great.
Yeah.
Because all that stuff that you want to do when you're young, we've done it all.
You got it out of the way,
Yeah,
yeah. And it's nice because you kind of were coming up together, and it was like he kind of knew the real you. Because
Yeah.
I was thinking in my mind, it must be tricky being a celebrity, because there's that Marilyn Monroe quote, isn't it? Where they say, where she says, they go to bed with Marilyn, but they wake up with Norma Jean, kind of thing. Where it's like they wake up with the real person.
Yeah. No, he knew me.
Yeah.
He knew me.
That's
he didn't
it.
know Cheryl Baker.
Yes.
He did call me Cheryl. And then when we started going out together, which was in 1987, he started calling me Rita. And I didn't say anything to him at the time. And then one evening I went, did you purposely want to call me Rita? And he said, all your friends and your family call you Rita. He said it would have been stupid for me to keep calling you Cheryl.
Yeah.
And now I'm just Reet all the time. Reet. It just gets shortened, yeah. So.
Yeah.
And then it's funny, when he's talking to someone who knows me from the industry, he has to think about calling me Cheryl.
Right, okay. Because you don't want to break the illusions of all of that, yeah.
I did Dancing on Ice in 2018.
Did you win that?
No, I didn't win it.
Aye.
I didn't win it. I could never have won it. I was rubbish. I was on for 5 weeks. I don't know how I made 5 weeks, mine. But Dan Whiston refused to call me Cheryl. Once he knew that I had a real name, and he called me Rita. And so he called me Reet. And so all the other contestants and all the crew and everyone knew me as Rita.
Oh,
and they all
right.
called me Rita. And so they were filming and saying, so how do you think she's doing? And he'd go, well, he said, Reet was doing this, and they went, no, you've got to stop calling her Rita.
Yeah. That's not her name, but it is her name. But it's not. So interesting. So would you think, I mean, you know, with the other 3 engagements and stuff, did those, your other fiancés, did they ever call you Rita, or was it always Cheryl?
Rita.
Ah. So
When I moved here, which was 14 years ago, where we live now, I went into the local pub and they went, oh,
I said, yeah, nice to meet you, my name's Rita. And they just call me Rita.
Oh,
I don't think they even think of me as Cheryl.
Right.
You know, I really like to keep the two people separate.
Yes. And switch off sometimes, I guess. Sometimes, because does it sometimes get a lot when you're somewhere and you just want to be quiet, or you're trying to rush out of somewhere and then it's like, oh, someone's recognised me and I've got to do a picture and or whatever.
Oh, I like it.
You enjoy it.
Yeah, I like being recognised. I do. And people say, well, you must get sick of this. And I go, no, I like it. I'll be sick of it when they don't recognise me.
Yeah,
they
for
come
sure.
into when I work in this Demelza shop. They come in and go, you look like that Cheryl Baker. And I go, do you know why? And they go, what? And I go, because I am.
Funny.
Once I worked, my sister used to have boutiques, and there was one Christmas, it was Christmas Eve, I think. She had one down the Roman in East London, which was a great market. Mm-hmm. And she went, Reet, can you come over? The shop is packed and I haven't got enough staff. And I went, yeah, I'm on my way, I went down there and she put me on the till. And someone came up and said, you're Cheryl Baker? And I went, yeah. She went, what are you doing here? And I went, it's my Saturday job. And they went, really? I went, no.
Funny. But that's lovely. You're so down to earth, because other people would be like, I'm not coming. I mean, it's your sister and everything, but some people, I'm not coming down there. What people think. But it's like, no, it's family and you're just so grounded. What do you think has kept you so grounded, or is that just how you are?
No, I think did I say about my school friends? I still see all my school friends. Mm-hmm. I still see them now. And they don't ask me about, you know, what Cheryl Baker's doing. They all call me Rita, obviously. Having my mates, having my family, just like, for instance, when we won the Eurovision, the next day we flew back to the UK, and all I wanted to do was go home and have a Sunday roast with my mum and dad and my brothers and sisters, you know, and just be ordinary again. Yeah. And I think I wanted it. I wanted to be grounded. I don't like being Cheryl Baker all the time. Mm-hmm. I like being the real me. So, and if I'd have put on airs and graces, I wouldn't have any mates now. My family would have hated me. Not hated, you know what I mean. They'd have gone, oh, you've changed. Like you said earlier, you've changed. And I know I haven't really changed. I think I speak nicer. I'm losing this seat now.
Oh, yeah, you're falling out the sofa.
Falling out the sofa. I speak nicer than I used to. When I look at old interviews that we did back in the early 80s, I was very much more Cockney than I am now. And that's because I purposely tried to speak nicer because of the TV presenting. Also, because when I had the children, and I never swore, never swore in front of the children. Mm-hmm. And I always wanted to speak nicely. And they said, Mum, you're from East London, why haven't you got a Cockney accent? Not as Cockney as, you know, I used to have anyway. And I said, I don't ever want you to, you know, talk like I used to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because, I mean, I was told I had to have elocution lessons.
Oh, right.
And I was told your accent is an embarrassment.
No.
You wouldn't say that to someone from Yorkshire. You wouldn't say that from someone from Newcastle. You wouldn't say that to someone from Scotland. It's an accent.
Yeah.
And when you go to school and everyone speaks the same as you, and you come home and all your family speak the same as you, you pick up whatever accent where you're growing up, you know. And so it's awful that they deride an East London accent like that. I mean, East London now is the place to live, isn't it? So I'm guessing that the accent is changing. But our flat, for instance, where we lived, we were offered it in 1983 or 4 for £11,000, 3-bedroom flat.
Oh, wow.
And it's worth £500,000 now.
Oh, wow.
And we didn't buy it. We didn't buy it because we were stupid. Because we thought, who'd want to live in Bethnal Green? Everybody wants to live in Bethnal Green.
Yeah, for sure. Because everything's getting more kind of gentrified and everything's kind of moving that way, isn't it? But
and it's a great flat. It backed onto a park. There's no through road, so there was no... It was a wonderful flat.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
It's funny, though, isn't it, with accents and stuff. Like, I love an accent. I love knowing where somebody's from, but it's that weird, because I was doing some vox pops and things for the BBC, and I was doing a piece about accents, and it was how people perceive each other. Obviously, people who speak with received pronunciation, they're seen as intelligent and they know everything that's going on.
Yeah.
People from the Midlands, it's like, people think we're a bit stupid.
Or from Wiltshire or something, when they've got that ooh-ah accent. Oh, you know, they're obviously stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
All Liverpudlians are seen as like thieves.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
then Cockneys are a bit dodgy and a bit and a bit, you know, dealing and all of that stuff. But it's like, it's just an accent. It just happens to be where they grew up. You know, it's so strange.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll ever retire?
No.
No.
I love working.
Yeah.
I love it. I quite like days off. I like it when I think, right, I love the fact that I have to look at my phone to see. I used to keep a diary. I wish I still did, actually.
Right.
But I look at my phone now and I think, what am I doing tomorrow? Oh, yeah, right, I'm doing that. I have to look at it because every day is different and I like that. And if I am free, like on Saturday I'm free, I'll go and work at Demelza at the shop because I like to be busy.
Yeah.
But I do like a day off every now and again. I love gigging. I love going on stage. You know, I love my life, Misha. I really do. I love my life. I love my work. I love my home life. I love seeing my mates, and you know, I do. I have a really good life.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm so pleased. What do you do on your days off? Because I know you like cooking, don't you?
Yeah, I love
Cooking.
Love it.
Love having people over, and you know, I like planning. I'll wake up in the middle of the night, which I do often, and start thinking about, right, okay, so what should we do? Should I do the potatoes this way or that way? And or you know, whatever I'm gonna. There's a dish that I did really silly. No, I did do really silly cook. I beat Mike in it, but yeah. But I did Celebrity MasterChef.
Oh, yeah.
And I did a dish on that, and both
John Turode and the other one, whatever his name is, they went, Cheryl, this is fantastic.
Really?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
and Kyla has found she found it for me in the first place. She found the recipe.
It was an Australian recipe, and
I can't wait to make it again.
Oh,
but
really?
it can't be me and Steve. It's got to be. It's a dinner party dish. You know, it's really
Right.
good. So I can't wait to make it again. I love cooking. I do a lot of.
I'm writing my book, I'm finishing my book,
So that's taking time, and I like games. I like puzzles.
Ooh, yeah.
I do like in my bathroom. You know, when I go in there to do my ablutions, I have puzzle books, but I can't just sit on the loo.
and I'm not talking about number ones,
Or number twos.
I'm talking about number ones as well. I have to pick my puzzle book and at least get a couple of Sudokus
or crosswords or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We're the same.
I love keeping my brain active.
Yeah.
And on my iPad, I've got lots of games on my iPad.
Oh,
and they're
right.
not silly games. They're all ones where you have to use your noddle.
Good.
So, yeah.
It's important to keep the mind ticking over,
I think
isn't
so.
it?
Especially
Absolutely.
at my age.
Yeah, you can bring it up. I'm 71, 71.
I tell you, once you get to 70, I didn't care being 60s, it was fine. Once you get to 70, you think, shit, I'm old. Where did that come from? It's scary.
But do you feel it though? Like,
No,
are
I
you
don't
achy and
feel
stuff?
it.
Like,
yeah, I get a bit achy. I do get a bit achy.
Yeah.
There are certain things that change. I've never had HRT, and everyone swears by it. So I went to my doctor and said, I'd like to go on HRT, please. And he went, you can't go on it now.
Who was that?
I have to do it right when you're 50.
Oh, right.
So I can't have HRT. And my sister bought me some stuff for my bones, and I'm not very good at taking that. So, but things do get a bit achy. I go to the gym. I love going to the gym. I really enjoy it. I'm not running anymore. That's played havoc with my knees and my hips. So I'm not doing that anymore.
Maybe swimming?
Yeah, it's not a swimming pool. I don't like swimming anyway. I like swimming when I'm on holiday. I like getting in and going. But I'm not. I don't like doing lengths and
Right.
everything. I was just going to say something. Oh yeah, my last half marathon that I did was April before last, and my knee went on mile 4.
Oh.
And I was running with my daughter Natalie, and I completed it, but like limping all the way.
Oh,
and I
gosh.
thought then, it's not right. It's not right. Running on a treadmill maybe because you're getting a bit of bounce back, but running on hard surfaces you shouldn't do it.
So
Yeah.
So I stopped.
So you stopped.
Shouldn't do it maybe at my age anyway, because of talking about my age again. Because you know, my bones are as old as my age. My heart is as old as my.
I have to. You have to try and sort of be sensible that my body is old now, you know, and there are certain things you can't do anymore.
And you can do it within your capabilities, can't you?
Yeah.
And maybe change, like Steve. Steve used to, he played football until he was 60, which was foolish.
He played football till he was 60. He's 73 now, and he played squash. He can't do squash anymore because he's got a new knee because he's football. And that.
Yeah.
But what he can do is play golf, because you can walk, and he walks for miles. He's on the golf course now.
Perfect.
So that's what he does, yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Sure, I should ask you some more of these fan questions, shouldn't I? Okay, we're going to ask Mark Wood's question. Hi, Mark. Mark told me to say hi to you personally.
He knows me. He knows me well. Hey, Mark.
Because he runs the fan club.
He runs my fan club, and if there's anything that I need to know, I mean, he's a huge Bucks Fizz fan, and if I need to know anything like dates, when we did where we did a certain gig or whatever, he has all that information.
Oh, he's the oracle.
He is.
Okay.
The Bucks Fizz oracle.
Well done, Mark. Right, so Mark asked, okay, he wrote a whole paragraph. So he goes, Cheryl has won Eurovision, had 3 number 1s, been a TV presenter, acted in the West End, travelled the world, met some incredible people, broken world records, the list goes on and on and on. Is there anything, he says, that you would still like to achieve?
Achieve. I wanted to play Eliza Doolittle.
Oh.
It's never going to happen because I'm too old. So I would like to see one of my daughters play it.
Ah.
But probably, I mean, they're not actors, so that's
right.
probably not going to happen either. So, but personal achievement, no. I want to go to the Maldives. That's a holiday that I want to do. Friends of mine went to Bali, and I went, how can you go to Bali? How can you afford to go to Bali? And he went, we saved. I went, right. Okay.
It's
So
one
maybe
of those.
that's what I need to do to go to the Maldives. But professionally, I don't think there is anything. I don't think there is. I mean, that list, I've done everything, haven't I?
Yeah, absolutely.
Even been on EastEnders. I mean, when I watched that when it started in the 80s, and I was glued to it. I thought it was wonderful. And to think that one day I literally walked onto that set and did a couple of lines. And it was fantastic. I was awful, but it was fantastic.
Oh, stop it, you weren't. We watched it, didn't we, Bubs? It was great. But that's lovely to hear, though, because there's so many people, you know, like, you know, on their deathbeds or whatever, going, oh, I wish I'd done, or I wish I'd said, or whatever, you know, and actually, you know, you've probably said it all.
No, I don't think there is. Like Mark said, I have travelled the world. There are parts of the world that I would like to see. But I've been so lucky, especially because of Record Breakers, even Eggs and Baker. And I worked for a channel called the Travel Channel. For a long time, for years I worked for them, and for something called Cruise Today. So I've been to places that I'd only read about, you know.
Right.
And even with the Bucks Fizz days, you know, we'd go to Australia, and we went to Australia a couple of times. And my brother lives there, so which was amazing, seeing Colin, you know, in Australia. And then we'd come back via the Philippines and Japan, and, you know, it was wonderful. The life I've had, Misha.
Yeah.
The life I've had. And it's all been mainly through work, you know, so I don't think there's anything professionally that I want to do. I think personally there's, you know, like going to the Maldives, I'd like to go to Vancouver. I've got a mate of ours lives in Vancouver, Peter Howitt. He used to be in Bread years ago.
Oh,
And he
right.
was the one who wrote Sliding Doors, the film, you know.
Oh,
I'd like
hang
to
on.
go over
He wasn't Joey, was he?
Yeah,
Boswell?
Joey, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the
Greetings.
original one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd like to go over and see him. And I'd like to see the Rocky Mountains and think, you know, there are certain things that I'd like to do,
Yeah.
but nothing professionally, no.
Okay, that's so good to hear. I like that. And then another question from Gary Petit.
I know him.
Well, we've pronounced it properly.
I know Gary.
And Gary says, do you wish you'd have cracked the American market?
Yeah, I do.
I do. Don't we all? I mean, yeah. We had one minor hit over there. That was I Hear Talk, and that was in New York, on the New York gay scene, I think it was. I'm not sure. But yeah, I do wish we'd have cracked America. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have had a bigger house.
This is a pretty big house.
Not that I want a bigger house.
You'd have to vacuum clean it.
I actually want a smaller house. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a completely
I would have had a
different
mortgage, put it that way.
There is that. I mean, and why didn't you guys go over there to kind of, or did you? I mean, you did the one. You had the one single, but
no, we never went to the States to work ever.
Oh right.
No, so I don't know why. I don't know. I can't answer that. Record label, management. I have no idea.
It's just one of those, isn't
Yeah,
it?
we went to Japan and did the World Popular Song Festival, and we won the Best Song Award with a song called Another Night, which had a crazy dance routine where the girls would go on the floor, and the boys would sit on our backs, and we would bounce them up and down. Yeah, 80s dance routines, eh?
I was going to ask, what do you miss most about the 80s?
And I thought then, you know, we had a hit single with Another Night over there, and I thought, oh, we're going to keep coming back in now, like the Nolans did. The Nolans were huge over there.
Right.
But no, we never did. Never followed it up. So I don't know why. I don't know why. We were, in particular, we were a UK record selling band. Really.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, gosh, stay in your
and
lane.
Australia, I suppose. Oh no, that's not true. And Europe. Yeah, we did a lot of German and Netherlands TVs and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, because Making Your Mind Up #1 in 9 different countries, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. I bet you were never off planes in the 80s, were you? Like it
Honestly,
was just...
we were. I think someone worked it out that we were home for 3 months of the year, like if you put it all together.
Yeah.
And mostly we were working abroad, promoting and
wow.
gigging and yeah.
And that was all good, though. It wasn't like,
Oh,
I'm
it was
tired now.
wonderful.
Right, okay.
It was wonderful. And I was with a bloke that's a dog walking up and down on the wooden floor. I was with a guy when we first started as Bucks Fizz. Hello, mate. You fed up? Yeah, hurry up, Mum.
We're nearly done. We're nearly done, Cuba.
I was with a guy and the PR woman said, I'll tell you how we'll get some good promotion if you two get engaged. So that was one of the engagements, was like a forced one.
Ah.
But I wasn't with him for much longer. I fell in love with the drummer. And then the drummer, I got engaged to him as well. So
Drummers. Ugh.
yeah.
They're the worst.
Yeah. But now I'm with the bass player, so I like to stay with the rhythm section. Yeah, I don't know what the point of that was. I've lost me thread. But
Oh, well, I think we were saying about it. Oh God, what was it?
Yeah, no.
About enjoying it, because I was like, did you ever get tired?
That was it. Being apart from your hello, mate. Being apart from your boyfriend. I mean, especially at that young age, it was very easy to kind of fall out of love.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So I loved it. I loved being on the road. I loved travelling. I loved being with Mike Nolan. I loved doing the TVs. I loved it. I had a wonderful time. We had a wonderful time. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
And to, you know, I remember doing the Dominion in Tottenham Court Road, where that was always, because in those days you didn't do arenas and things. It wasn't, I don't think there were many arenas. But you used to do theatres, but you'd do them like we did at the Victoria Palace Theatre, I think it was, for a week.
Right.
So that's what you do instead of doing the bigger venues. I remember being at the Dominion and with Mike, and you could hear the kids all screaming outside, and we'd go, should we open the window? and it was being childish, you know, and you open the window and let them see, and they'd go, ah, and they'd all scream, and then you shut the window and go, oh, and then someone else would do it, and it's like playtime. But it was wonderful, Misha.
Yeah.
It was wonderful to go on stage in a big theatre and have every seat taken with screaming kids.
Yes.
Which they were. They were mostly like 10 to 12-year-olds, you know.
Right. But loving you. That's so good.
And they still love us. They still follow us now.
Oh gosh, absolutely.
Those two, Gary Pettit and Pettit and Mark Wood, you know, since they were children when we won the Eurovision.
Right.
And they just haven't let us go, which is great.
It is. I mean, the number of people who've been like, when are you getting Cheryl on? When are you getting Cheryl on? When are you... Like, messaging me on YouTube and stuff. I've been like, all right. We'll get her. So there's going to be a lot of very, very happy people with this interview. But aside from the book, what's next for you and the Fizz and the boys and everything? What's coming
Next
up?
year, I'm doing a solo show. I do a solo show on the ships, and I call it My Life. But I'm going to change it now. I'm going to call it the same name as the book, Wearing Cheryl Baker. And I'm going to, for the first time, I'm going to do theatres in the UK. I'm doing, at the end of March, I don't know when this is going to go out. Is it going to go out soon?
It'll be next week, isn't it, Bubs?
Yeah?
Yeah.
So at the end of March, I'm doing a gig in Manchester, London, and here in Sevenoaks, and see how it goes. Test the water. If it goes well, then I'll probably tour it.
Oh, brilliant!
So I'll do a solo tour, and it'll be talking, singing, laughing, Q&A. I'll just do the whole show as, you know, like I do on the ships. Actually, I do that show on the ships. And it goes down really well. Sometimes I get a standing ovation. I don't know why. I find that really strange because I am being me. I'm being Rita Stroud when I'm on stage and talking about this person, Cheryl Baker, that's on the screen. You know,
Right.
and I tell a few anecdotes, a few funnies and things, and at the end they come up and go, "That was wonderful," and I thought, "What was wonderful?" Just talking about my life. It was what was wonderful. I don't get it. I don't get it. But they do seem to love it, so I'm going to see how it goes in theatres. I'll do that. Theatres are just carrying on. We've got gigs in the book for next year. Got Butlins, which we love doing, those 80s weekenders. I'd like to get in the studio again with Fizz, with the two, with Nick and Matthew.
Right.
You know, it would be a shame not to because they're such great singers, both of them. I was in conversation with Mike Stock, who did the 3 albums, or was it 3 or 4? 4 albums, with when Mike was in the band. But I think he's just too busy. Which is a shame.
Right. Okay.
So we might just get into a studio ourselves, fund it ourselves, and get a few copies, you know, or go put it online or do whatever. I don't know. I think the young uns, Nick and Matthew, will know what to do.
Yeah, that'll be great. So is that going to be you guys writing it together?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Also, we've had some stuff. There's a bloke in Iceland who's written some stuff. It's really good.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think we need to write everything. We can. We're not going to sell millions. We're not going to be in the charts again, and that's okay. That's okay. But the fans would love some new stuff, and it'd be nice to do vinyl as well because vinyl's, you know, vinyl's great.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So where can we find out about everything that's coming up? Or have you got a website, haven't you?
Yeah, which
your personal one.
Mark does.
Yeah.
Mark Wood does it. I'll have to tell him all those dates and things, won't I?
Oh yeah,
you can
for
get
sure.
it on there. So it's CherylBaker.net, I think it is.
Right. Okay.
Not quite
Go
sure.
to CherylBaker.net.
I think that's it.
Or they can find all the Fizz stuff on Facebook, Instagram, and what they've got to search is the Fizz.
The Fizz Official.
The Fizz
I think
Official.
It is. Yeah.
Put it in the show notes as well.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh my gosh, it's been so lovely talking to you. And it's funny because, you know, so every now and then you say something and you say it a bit like Mike. Yeah, I think it's because you two were together for so many years, like the same person. Every now and then I'm like, oh, Mike says it like that. Brother and sister, like you said.
That's what we are, really.
Yeah.
That's what we are. I talk to him regularly. He goes, hello. I go, hello. And we do that, like, for the first minute. Hello, hello. Is it yourself? Hello. And he goes, is that Shirley Baxter?
Or Bonnie Silver.
Bonnie Silver. Isn't it funny? Yeah, I could have been Bonnie Silver. How funny is that?
Yeah. Thank you so much for having us. We've been talking your ear off. So sorry. It's getting dark.
What time is it?
Been here forever.
It's getting dark,
And you've
isn't
got a
it?
gig to go to as well, haven't you?
My daughter, my
Yeah.
daughter's gigging in London, so I'm going to go up early. I'm going to meet Steve because he'll have finished his golf, and I'm going to meet him at London Bridge. We'll go and get something to eat, and then we'll go to Kyla's gig. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was she doing some solo stuff or?
Yeah, she's used to do a lot of that kind of stuff, but she's had a regular job at the moment. She's leaving today. That's the reason she's gigging, because she's kind of celebrating leaving her job.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, but she's got. I must tell you about the musical. They've written a musical. Kyla's written all the music, and Kyla and Natalie have written the script and the lyrics.
Oh, brilliant.
And it was the hot ticket at Edinburgh Fringe 2 fringes ago. And they've got a production company that's behind it and put a lot of money into it. And the Leicester Curve are putting it on in May. So the rehearsals and finding it, it's all going to happen from February. But it's actually at Leicester Curve in May.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, you're not far from Leicester, are you?
We're not really, are we?
Yeah, so you'd have to come.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a musical, Public the Musical, and it's about 4 people who get stuck in a gender-neutral toilet, and they're completely different. You've got Macho Man, you've got a gay man who suffers from, what does he suffer from? He suffers from mental anguish or something. Mm-hmm. You've got a protester, and you've got a non-binary woman, but non-binary. Mm-hmm. And it's a comedy, but it gives a lot of messages out, and the songs are blimmin' fabulous.
Oh,
Kyla's written some cracking songs. And honestly, to be up at Edinburgh Fringe, I went up loads of times, obviously, because the kids were there. And they're not in the show, they just wrote it. They do the lights and sound and everything. And to go up and see and hear the laughter that they got and the standing ovation after every single show.
Good.
Every show was sold out. It was wonderful.
Oh,
they got
brilliant.
5 stars from the stage, from all the newspapers, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. It was fantastic.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
So you'll hear about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure, because Leicester Curve do a lot with the Birmingham Hippodrome, because that's who I did The Colour Purple with.
Right.
And then those shows, they often take them on to tour and then maybe end up in the West End and stuff.
Well, hopefully that's what will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of kind of alternative stuff starts at Curve, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I've said to people, it's unlikely you'll see My Fair Lady there, or Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah, they'll get something going.
I can't wait. That actually, going back to Mark Wood, what you're looking forward to, that seeing Kyla and Nat do well at something like musicals, and they're already thinking about what next musical they're going to write.
Oh, brilliant.
So, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's great.
That's going to be great. Well, Cheryl, thank you so much for being a guest on the show. It's just long overdue. I mean, we started this thing in July and it's November now. It's getting dark. So, yeah, thank you. And everyone's going to absolutely love your interview. So thank you so much. And everybody look out for this in just under a week's time. Thank you so much. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.